Welcome to the Movement Restoration Program. I am so glad that you are here. Today is day 1, and we are going to focus from the ground up, bringing release to your feet, calves, knees, and quads. You're going to want to have a tennis ball, tune-up ball, a foam roller, and probably a chair to get started. You can do this class seated or standing or mix it up, which is what we're going to do today. So let's get started. We're going to get started with our feet, but before we do, I just want you to assess how tight your hamstrings feel before you roll, so you can get an idea of the change that you are making by taking time for yourself. So using the ball, you can always use the roller, but I really like a ball for my feet. Let's get started with the center of your foot. Making circles through that whole center part of your foot, where your toes connect with your heel. You can sit farther forward and put more pressure on your foot, or you can sit farther back depending on your tolerance and sensation. And then take the ball to the inner edge of your foot. And just always remember, you're in your body, not me. So I'm here to guide you, but you listen to your own body because you are the master. So get that inner border of your foot between your big toe and your inner ankle. And then get the outer border of your foot, and you'll have a little bit more control here if you lean forward. And then work around where all that tissue connects at the center of your foot. And then press towards the heel of your foot, like you're pressing on the gas. And then bring the ball to that arch along your toes. So taking the ball from side to side, right on those toe pads. So knee comes in, knee comes out, maybe guiding with your hand. Again, putting more pressure, leaning forward. Less pressure, leaning back. And then finally making your way onto your toes. Trying to create space between your toes. And if you can, rocking again from side to side with the help of your hand. Breathe. Release. And then just take that leg in front and fold, feeling the release in the back of your leg. Come on up. Switch to the other foot. So doing all the same things, starting with the center of your foot, that plantar fascia. Maybe rocking side to side or making circles. And then again, leaning forward for more pressure, back for less pressure. And then when you work towards the inside of your foot, you might want to lean a little bit forward so you have more control over the ball. And if it flies out, no worries. See if you can work along that inner edge of your foot from your big toe to the inner side of your ankle. And then same thing on the other side. And you might be shocked to see how much sensation is going on here. So pinky toe to outer side of your ankle. Nice. And then make your way to that heel, pressing back. If you need to, you can lean onto the chair. And if you want more sensation than this, you can do all of this standing, but you need to then add the balance element. So pressing like you're pressing on the gas. And then making your way to your toe pads. So right before your toes start moving along that arch from side to side, maybe getting a little assistance from your hand. Breathe. And then take the ball between your toes like you're a bird and really creating space there, holding in place or again, rocking from side to side. And then coming back to center, squiggling your foot around, breaking up all that fascia that connects here to the bottom of your foot. And then from here you can stand and again hold the chair. Or if you're a little bit more comfortable, you can lean back and just feel that nice release in the back of your hamstrings. Come on up. And then from here, I'm going to work my way onto our quads in a seated position, but I'm going to change over to my roller. So taking your feet wide at an angle, let's roll along the top of your quad, right down the center, going towards your knees and up towards your hip. And you can put as much pressure or as little pressure on here as feels good for you. Breathe. Good. And then take that roller to the inside of your leg. And then come to the outside of your leg. Right by your knees, and then just take the roller from side to side. And then let's go over to our other leg. So starting down the center. Maybe the roller's on your elbows. Maybe it's in your hands. That's going to be determined by how long your arms are relative to your body. And how much pressure you want to put onto that front quad muscle. Good. And then bring the roller to the inside of that thigh. And then the outer thigh, all the way down to your knee. And then from here, I'm going to make my way down to the floor. So here's where you might want a blanket to sit on or a pillow. And I'm going to continue with my quads sitting on the blanket. So leg forward. This is going to be a little bit more intense because you're sitting on the ground. And then going side to side. Good. Other leg, same thing, right down the center. Nice. Inner thigh. Good. Outer thigh. Breathe. And then let's move to our calves. So adjust the blanket if it's too low or it's too high. And let's start right with the bottom of our calf, leaning back. And just work that center muscle, that Achilles tendon that gets so tight. And then turn your foot out. Come back to center, turn your foot in. out, and in. And then make your way to that meatier part of your calf. And then same thing, turn your foot out. And this is an exploration and a practice, so you notice what your body really starts talking to you. My calves is an area I forget about, and it's always talking to me. Turning your foot out, turning your foot in. And then taking the roller underneath your knee and go a little bit side to side. So just like underneath your foot, here's an area where lots of tendons, ligaments, muscles come together. So you want to break up all of that connection, lubricating the back of the knee. Good. And then come to the center of your hamstring, rolling forward and back. So right to the top of your knee, all the way to the top of that hamstring. Top of your knee, top of your hamstring. Breathe. Nice. And then you can pause in any areas that feel particularly tight, putting your bum down and just pressing into the roller and releasing, pressing and releasing. You can also go side to side here. 3, 2, 1. And then from here, we're gonna switch sides. So I'm gonna turn around so you can see me. All right, so starting with that Achilles tendon, going back and forth, and then turn your foot in, turn your foot out. And then come to that meaty part of your calf again. Same thing. You decide how much pressure you want to use here. Maybe it's a little bit less, maybe it's a little bit more. Turn that foot in. Turn that foot out. Breathe. Good. And then let's end up the back of your knee again. Starting with that side to side movement, breaking up all that fascia, all that connective tissue. Good. Stay with that or roll forward and back. I kind of like a combination of both. You might like one more than the other. And then work your way up to that back of your hamstring, moving from the top of your knee to the top of that hamstring attachment. So just below the glutes to just above the kneecap. Breathe, move with control. Nice, come all the way on up. And then from here, with your knees bent, let's lift and lengthen and fold. And see if you can inch your legs farther away. And see how your hamstrings, calves feel. Congratulations, you've now completed day 1 of the restoration program. I can't wait to see you tomorrow where we focus on our outer hips, our thighs, and glutes. Namaste.